Have you ever found yourself staring into a cupboard full of food, looking for something to snack on, and you're not even hungry?
Do you have a camera in my house?
I won't answer that. I know I have. I've been trying to fight the cupboard, but lately the cupboard is winning.
Today we'll take you on the emotional eating bender that Zach and I have been on for the last few days. And with your help, perhaps all of us will get out of this a little bit healthier than when we started.
Highly doubtful.
Doubtful.
But let's give it a try.
Doubtful.
But first, this is the Fit Mess where together we learn to develop habits that help us live beyond our mental health struggles to create happier, healthier lives.
He's Zach. He lives in the future with his anxiety.
He's Jeremy, and he lives in the past with his depression. And we get together once a week in the present to share the obstacles we face and how we overcome them.
Both Zach and I just had this amazing realization that we've both been emotionally eating for days. Literally, he's got a Nutella Uncrustable in his hand that he's snacking away on. We're both in this mess right now. What's going on?
What are you talking about? This is just life, right?
Dude, it's been bad. It's been days. And honestly, you know when mine started? I hadn't gotten on the scale in months. And the other day it was there and I was like, well, let's just see what's going on. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm looking pretty good, doing all the things. I bet I lost a few pounds. I'm up 10. I'm up 10 pounds. Rattled me to my core, even though I know that number means nothing. And I broke down all the inner data of the, percentages and all the other stuff that's going on. But that sent me on this spiral of, fuck it, man. This is just too much work. It's too hard. I can't keep doing this every day if this is the result.
Mm-hmm. I'm literally eating the Nutella sandwich as we're talking.
As we're talking. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I hear you, man. I don't know what happened, but like all of a sudden, I know it's life. I know I got a lot of things going on. There's work stuff and personal stuff. And then everything else, it's crazy how much stuff is going on. And at like 10 o'clock in the morning, I've told this story before, like, I know I'm stressed if I'm in the cupboard at 10 because I usually don't eat until like 2.
Yeah.
And I have found myself out there at like 9 for the last week, like in the cupboard looking for something. And we just went to Taylor Swift. So I've got like trail mix and like all the snacks that I bought for the car are in the cupboard.
Yeah.
So it's bad news, man. It's really bad news because I opened the cupboard and I'm like, oh yeah, cheese and crackers. Yup. Here we go.
Dude, so the thing is, I have become fully aware of this pattern. We did some episodes recently about like sort of inner child healing stuff. And I had this huge epiphany about how as a child dealing with my stuff, the way I dealt with it was video games and the pantry. That was where all that pain went. And so I've become fully aware of I'm standing there, I'm looking in the pantry and I'm going, I am not hungry. In fact, I'm probably too full, but the feelings are needing to be dealt with, and this is how I'm going to deal with them. And unfortunately, the awareness is not enough to make me change my behavior right now.
Again, we talk about it all the time. Self-compassion. Mm-hmm. You can't be perfect all the time.
Yep.
You're going to have moments like this. And I'm actually looking at this moment, and I just finished my sandwich, so I'm totally done.
Fully focused now.
Yep, totally into this. As I'm like, picking Nutella out of my teeth.
Delicious.
So good.
Delicious.
But these are great moments for me anyway, because I fully realize and remember like, oh, eating this stuff makes me feel bad. Mm-hmm. And feeling that pain, feeling that badness. So I get to enjoy a tasty treat in the moment. And then I feel bad for 2 days. Mm-hmm. Like that's such a good reminder for me. Like this is why I don't eat this stuff, because I've got brain fog. I feel like shit. Yep. My stomach's all over the place. I'm in the bathroom more times than I can count sometimes with this processed garbage. Mm-hmm. My body's not used to it anymore. Yeah. So why do I do it? Well, I do it because of emotional eating. And it's just a moment where you're like, okay, maybe I need to meditate more. Maybe I need to take a deeper look inside on this one a little bit more. Maybe I'll have one more sandwich and then I'll close the cupboard. But like, just be okay with it. Like you just got to be like, okay, this is happening for a reason. If you continue doing it without like tackling those demons, without looking at what is going on in my life that's causing me to do this and going and doing something about it, then it's a problem.
Yeah. The pattern I'm noticing for myself is it tends to be about a 3-day pattern where, there will be some slip. the old habits kick in to get me through whatever roller coaster I'm on. And then, yeah, my body feels bad. The depression starts trying to creep up, like all the stuff that it creates, all this negative stuff that it brings into my life, just feeling like achy joints, inflammation, all the stuff. And then all of a sudden I'll realize, oh, right, it's because I'm on this like, Netflix and Cheez-It bender right now. This is horrible. And so all of a sudden it's time, okay, let's hit the reset. Let's go back to work on Monday. And, part of it here in lovely Canada, we have the May long weekend wrapping up. So it's been 4 days of no routine, no gym, on the go, doing fun things out at places where there's not healthy options to choose, to eat. And it becomes this slippery slope where once you cave on one of those tasty treats, your body goes, oh my God, more, give me more of that. And the dopamine takes over and you're psyched. You feel awesome until like an hour later when your gut goes, oh wait, no, that was a huge mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody even pointed out to me that like I drink very rarely these days.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody pointed out to me and they're like, hey, you're having like a drink a week. That's a lot for you. I was like, oh, it is a lot. Even looking back and going like, oh, that's actually, I think that's impacting me. I think that's making me feel like shit. It's amazing how it creeps in. This little stuff creeps in. So you're right, man. Reset. And you don't even have to wait till Monday.
Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till next week. Don't wait till Saturday. Don't wait until June, whatever. The minute you catch it, the minute you can take back the wheel and start driving the thing yourself again and not letting the feelings drive, that's when you get it under control. That's when you, instead of going to the pantry for the 6th time that hour, take a walk. Instead of grabbing an alcoholic beverage or some other beverage that may not be ideal for your system, maybe try some water. I hear that does wonders for you. So the minute that you're able to get that control back, you got to grab onto it and just do whatever you can to get things back under control.
But Jeremy, I'm already off the horse. So like I might as well just like go on a bender of junk food and crappy food until next Monday, right?
If you want to keep feeling like crap every day, yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't want to hear that. What I want to hear is I should continue on until my chosen date, right? So I can so this gives me a free pass to eat whatever I want for the next couple of days, right?
Oh, sure. If that's the way you want to live your life, just constantly off the hook and just slippery slope after slippery slope, it's just going to keep feeding on itself, just like the good behaviors do. When you do the things you want to be doing to become the person you're trying to become.
You're so judgy today.
I'm looking myself in the eye. I'm talking to me right now. Yeah, dummy, keep eating the garbage, keep making the bad choices, and keep feeling like trash for 3 days, or get it under control. Take back control of your life and do the things you're trying to do to become the person you're trying to become.
That's fair. Okay. You've convinced me. I heard it at the right time.
Oh, wait, were you listening? Because again, I was talking to myself. Quickly want to mention our sponsor, Athletic Greens. If you want to empty that overflowing cabinet full of vitamins and replace them with one great tasting drink, then order Athletic Greens now so you can not only give your body what it needs to thrive, but we'll give you a free year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. The link to try it out is in the show notes for this episode at thefitmess.com.
We have to joke about this topic a little bit because otherwise you cry, right?
And you go eat some more junk out of the pantry.
Exactly. Yeah. And we got to be a little sarcastic, but seriously, like I do fall off the wagon just like everyone else. And I have recently just fallen off the wagon to some extent. Like, I mean, I'm not going crazy, but there's a little extra eating that I shouldn't be doing. Like you said, once you decide, okay, why am I doing this? Get back on track. It's going to take a couple of days to process that all out and start feeling a little bit better. But you really do need to take a step back and go, what is going on in my life that's causing me to do this? Because we are creatures that emotionally eat. We don't just go eat for no reason at all. There's something going on. And 9 times out of 10, we are not hungry. We're just going to solve some emotional need that we haven't dealt with. So really take that look inside, be okay with being wrong, understand what's going on, be curious about you, and just try and figure it out. And then go eat some rice or go eat some other stuff that'll clean you out.
One of the things I'm proud of for both of us is that, I think a few years ago, if you and I were having this conversation, first, we probably wouldn't have recorded it and shared it with the world to hear. But second, I know for me anyways, I would have been beating myself up every time I open that cabinet door or every time I open the fridge. And it's like, oh, you're such a loser. Oh, why do you keep doing this? Like whatever language I would use to just punish myself for following that behavior. But I've gotten to a point, at least in my life, where I recognize it. I don't judge it. I accept that this is a pattern that I learned as a kid. I taught myself as a kid this was the way I was going to cope with my feelings. It is something I'm still working through. Right now, I'm not doing a great job, but that's okay because I'm aware of it. And next time I can try to do a little bit better. And the more that you can approach this sort of behavior, this sort of habit with that self-compassion, the more that you have a better chance of changing it and replacing it with a better habit in the future to better manage your feelings and emotions.
Yep, exactly. So everyone out there, you're okay. Be nice to yourself. Unless you're Jeremy, then you've screwed up royally, Jeremy.
Well, somebody's got to beat me up. I don't do it to myself anymore, so somebody's got to do it.
I can't have you losing that voice. That's one of your driving motivating factors.
It's been the only voice in my head for years, and now without it, I'm awfully lonely. All right, so a bit of a confession from both of us struggling right now the way that we are, and that perhaps you do too. But also hopefully some advice that you find helpful right now if you're going through the same thing. Just again, we talk about this all the time, how important it is to be compassionate with yourself, to allow yourself to learn these lessons, sometimes the hard way, and just be gentle, because beating yourself up is not going to get you through it any faster.
And just remember that when you do go off the rails, enjoy whatever it is you're enjoying, right? 80-20. Do enjoy it because it is fun to eat sometimes. But really, really be curious about why you're eating that, why you're having this emotional eating moment. Because again, that's where the uncomfortable part is. That's where the growth happens. That's where the frustration is. And that's the most important part of this whole thing, is taking those moments and turning them into learning opportunities and changing your life. Don't be like Jeremy.
In more ways than one. One way you can be like Jeremy, you can subscribe to our newsletter. You can do that on our website, thefitmess.com. We like to offer additional tips and resources to battle things just like this. We also offer bonus clips from interviews from shows where we feature guests. You can get that newsletter at our website. That is thefitmess.com. And that is where we will be back in just a few days with a brand new episode. Thanks for listening.
See you, everyone.
We know this podcast is amazing and doesn't seem to lack anything, but we need a legal disclaimer. Prior to implementing anything discussed in this podcast, it is your responsibility to conduct your own research and consult your physician. You should assume that Jeremy and Zach don't know what they're talking about, and they're not liable for any physical or emotional issues that occur directly or indirectly from listening to this podcast.